Tokenize, the YouTube channel that narrates blockchain-based asset tokenization for you. All you have to do is subscribe and let the real economy reveal itself to you.
Hi, I'm Matthew Williamson. I'm head of FinTech at Thistle Initiatives. Thistle Initiatives are a compliance consultancy firm. We're based in London primarily. We also have offices around the rest of the UK. And we focus on serving the financial services markets of firms that are either looking to become regulated with the FCA or firms that are actually already regulated with the FCA and supporting them in making sure that they're compliant and following the relevant regulatory rules. We also have other services where we focus on some unregulated firms, either in requiring and complying with financial crime requirements, as well as obviously building out into other sectors as well. Sure. So I think it's a very obviously hot topic area. The requirement of regulation is not only to protect the customers, but very much also to protect the wider sort of financial services, financial market structure. So I think it's very important to have both elements being considered. So obviously on an individual basis, customers need to not only provide us with key bits of detail, key bits of documentation which are really going to help not only the firm understand who these individuals are, but also make sure that whatever the products are being offered are appropriate for those particular individuals. A good example is making sure some individuals who may not understand fully the risks associated or be able to afford the risks associated with something which might be deemed higher risk need to be vetted and informed of such differences between the two. I think also it comes down to regulators as well. So regulators really need to understand the firms in which they're governing, and by doing that they need support, they need documentation, they need factual information in order to make reasonable judgments and considerations from there. Sure. So Thistle generally are quite UK focused. We're experts in the financial services market here. Obviously, a lot of that transposes into Europe at the moment with obviously directives which are again transposed into UK law, but also obviously elements of passporting across as well. But we do also work with companies that are based further abroad. A lot of businesses actually want to start complying with the UK's regulatory model because it is quite revered and quite renowned as being a very good structure. So I think the adoption there is quite a natural one for a lot of firms, and we often support and assist in that respect as well. Sure, yeah. So I think it's important to note that the UK, if you want to be regulated or undertake any regulated activity in the UK, then you need to be regulated and authorised to do so here. So we're obviously advised very much on those processes. But if a product is and a firm wants to push that product further abroad into other markets, then we can certainly advise in our capacity as much as we can do about what that would look like, what that means from a practical approach in the UK, and then we will always advise that you seek local lawyers, local advice, local consultants to really map out and give detail as to what the local law jurisdiction looks like and what that would mean for the firm entering that market. I don't think there's anything as it stands that we're not sort of focusing or that we're not striving to get to. I think we're quite dynamic, so we'll often deal with new fintech firms, new ideas, and we'll try our best to support and facilitate those new models and those new practices into regulate the existing regulatory framework. So we'll really support on a number of levels there. So I suppose there's nothing particular that we're looking to get into, but what we do want to do is keep striving and keep working with these firms that have incredible, really innovative business models and support them through to getting authorised. I think it largely depends on, as you mentioned, we've got a number of different sectors we work in. So we've got payment services, investments, insurance, consumer credit, fintech. So there's so many different sectors, and I think each individual area head will have a specific sort of new model that they're working with. But I think certainly for us, the excitement and the new innovations introduced by blockchain technology is something which I think is going to continue, and anything that we can do to support and help a firm with a really good new idea and trying to get to market is obviously something we enjoy focusing on and like working with. I think it's obviously a fascinating space, and there's scholars and entrepreneurs and enthusiasts on both sides, which are sort of contradicting in terms of what they think blockchain is going to do and how it's going to be implemented. But I certainly feel that is a technology that is going to help. Now, I'm not saying it's going to be the be-all and end-all and everything's going to convert to blockchain, because I'm sure not only are there legacy systems out there that are still operating in several different capacities, but actually, there are going to be sectors and operations and well-being and everything that are going to continue in a more traditional sort of model. But there is definitely application for the blockchain, not only in the financial services but wider, and I believe that certainly to be the case.
Tokenize, the language of the new blockchain-based financial markets. Can you speak it? Subscribe to Tokenize and let's find out together.